Black Zetsu decides to take Obito's left eye, and Madara Uchiha sets his sights on the Bijou. It's my review of Naruto, chapter 657. Due to some scheduling conflicts, Christian cannot be here this week for this review, and there's probably a pretty good chance that he might be absent for the remainder of the month, as he's a very busy filmmaker, and he's trying to make a big career out of that, so I can't really fault him for that because he's really great at it, but hopefully he might make an appearance sometime this month. He is definitely going to be helping me on the very first of the Naruto movie reviews, so you know you're definitely going to see him there. But let's get relevant here. Let's talk about this week's chapter of Naruto, which involved Madara Uchiha finally being brought back to life fully. He's no longer a reanimation, a zombie, he's at full power now. What's really interesting is as he's becoming a human again, his eyesight seems to disappear and he becomes blind. Although this really isn't going to stop him throughout the course of the chapter. Even as Sasuke is firing Amaterasu flames at him, he just sort of shakes it off. And he literally does shake it off. He takes his armor off, revealing the creepy Hashirama face on him. And that's when he proceeds to do this jutsu where he just sort of runs through all of these ninja left and right, just knocking them in the face, kicking them in the groin, just fucking them up in general. And then eventually he gets right up to Hashirama and he just starts choking him out. And he absorbs all of his senjutsu abilities. And I like the little touch how the Hashirama face on his chest actually gets the markings on there as well. Just good artistic touch, and it just shows that, God, this guy is just so freaking unstoppable. And he's definitely much more of an intimidating opponent than Obito was. But speaking of Obito, there's a scene this week that involves Black Zetsu literally trying to attach himself to Obito and take back his left eye. And he goes on to explain that he'll actually keep him alive, but I'm not really sure why he's doing all this. I don't know why he just rips the eye right out. But maybe it's just a very delicate process. I'm not really an expert on being a living plant thing that attaches itself to people and keeps it alive. No, you see, the real reason that Black Zetsu is actually taking over Obito's body is that he's actually going to, use him like a puppet and actually fight with his body, which is another really good and very dark twist, and it gives another excuse for Obito to actually do something. What's cool about this is we get some cool flashbacks of Black Zetsu, we get to see how deeply he's been working behind the scenes, and considering he's like the physical manifestation of Madara's will, it makes sense that he'd be so hardcore. The last bit of the chapter offers up a little bit of cool action when you get to see that Sasuke is fighting against Madara. I like that Madara is trying to get him to come over to his side, but it's just clearly not going to work this time. Sasuke's not an idiot at this point. Then Madara does this huge fire blast technique at point blank range, just blowing everyone away. And then you get this final last panel, which is really awesome and has a lot of cool detail in it, with him getting ready to go after all of the Bijou and take them so that he can complete this infinite Tsukiyomi plan. But the first thing I took away from this chapter is you can definitely tell how different of a fighter Madara is from Obito. You can see how much more ruthless and just devastating he is going to be. And I think that's going to make him a much more exciting final villain for the series. It's very apparent that we're getting close to the climax here. Although I still want to see Naruto and Sasuke have a really big battle. I think that's going to happen somewhere in the epilogue. My personal dream is that when they finish this entire war arc and all the Madara stuff is done, that they're actually going to have a Chunin exam that both Naruto and Sasuke will have to compete in, and this is just an excuse to get them to fight, and maybe an excuse to introduce some brand new characters for a final tournament arc. I just think that would be cool. That's just my personal opinion. But that's just me going off on a weird tangent. I'm not even talking about this week's chapter, which was pretty cool and had a lot of really great action scenes, a lot of really good artwork. I especially loved how it opened, because in the last chapter, Madara was just so thrilled with himself that he became mortal, and then boom, Amaterasu flame to the back. I was like, yeah, that's right, Sasuke, fuck him up. And I do like that Sasuke was actually flying on Sai's bird. It just shows that he's sort of already teaming up with everybody. And it just shows that they're all truly united. They really want to stop Madara from completing his plan. Like I said, other cool things. I loved when Sasuke was fighting against Madara. I loved the final panel where Madara does that one big fire technique, and then you get to see him standing amongst all the Bijou. The one thing that I'm mostly confused about is why his eyes have disappeared and why they're not reforming. I'm guessing there's going to be a big twist. I'm guessing he's going to open his eyes and there's going to be something really crazy happening, maybe a new form of Rinnegan, or even a brand new Mangekyo Sharingan. But even the Obito stuff this week I thought was really cool. I like that they're still making Black Zetsu relevant, because the character of Zetsu, obviously he's one of the more interesting members of the Akatsuki, and just, I don't know, I'm glad that they're still bringing relevance to him, and I have no idea what the big plan with Obito is. Even though he's keeping him alive, he's still taking his eye away, so There it is. Pretty good chapter this week. I really don't have too many complaints. Even though there were some flashbacks in it that mostly involve Zetsu, it's stuff that we never got to see him do, like him sneaking around and everything, and it worked. I like how Madara is just so freaking ruthless. I loved when he choked out Hashirama. That was awesome. His initial fighting with Sasuke is cool. I just cannot wait to see Naruto smack that mofo in the face. I cannot wait for just like a good epic punch to the face, because it's gonna happen. It's gonna be multiple panels, and it's going to be sweet. Or maybe it's going to be a Rasengan, maybe it'll be something completely new. All I know is, good chapter this week. Check it out if you're a Naruto fan. It had a lot of really great redeeming qualities to it. Like I said, the flashbacks were the only thing that maybe brought it down a little bit, so I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10, just a solid chapter. We finally get to see Madara going frickin' buck wild. So I liked this chapter a lot. I thought it had a lot of redeeming qualities to it. I loved all of the action scenes, especially everything that involved Madara. But what about you guys? Did you have any favorite parts from this week's chapter of Naruto, or were there any things you didn't really like? And what are you hoping to see in the future of the series? You can let me know with your comments below. And what do you think is going to happen when Madara finally opens his eyes? Do you think it's going to be a brand new twist? Just remember, comments below. And remember, before you leave, hit the like button. Give this video a thumbs up. Absolutely one of the best ways to support our videos. And make sure before you leave to check out some of the videos up top, like this new episode of Hunter x Hunter. Believe it or not, it had a humanoid lion surfing. Yeah, check it out. So, I will see you next time, guys. Super Kami Guru 9000. Out.